A team of artists and community leaders are working to reimagine downtown Lexington's Cheapside and spread messages of love.
A little more than a year ago, two Confederate statues were moved from the block of downtown known as Cheapside, which used to be one of the largest slave markets in the South. Now, as LEX 18's Kylan Mills shows us, they're using art to give Cheapside a new look and feel.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, all culminating in this 23-foot wide piece of art.
And the engineering for that was a major hurdle that took many, many months. I think it's probably fair to say years.
Kurt Godey calls it a labor of love in more ways than one.
And ultimately what we really hoped for was a realization that, first of all, fear and hatred is learned, and therefore, since it is learned, it can be unlearned.
Godey and Kremena Todorova designed the latest piece of artwork put up in downtown Lexington over the last 5 days. Godey says the Unlearn Fear and Hate art series was inspired by the poem Love Letter to the World, written by Frank X. Walker. He says this location to share that message is extra meaningful.
I mean, it's a area, it's a kind of a footprint of a historical period in the city that for many years people did their best to hide.
After much debate, two Confederate statues were moved from outside the old courthouse. It was once the site of the Cheapside slave auction block. Now Godey says for Lexington to move forward, it's time to create a new image for Cheapside and a chance for growth.
By recognizing each other's humanity, we can get to a place where we can maybe at least get along and have conversations rather than kind of the polarized conversations that push people farther apart.
I think it's very interesting shape and design, and the message is absolutely one that needs to be promoted.
In Lexington, Kylan Mills, LEX 18 News.
And we're told LexArts and Prometheus Bronze Foundry and Custom Metals helped make this sculpture possible. It was paid for mostly by a grant and private donors.